I'm Steve. I'm Asia.
I'm Tay.
Hi. My name is. Today, I'm going to give you a speech about the Civil Rights Movement and the purpose and the outcome of the Civil Rights Movement. A little background on the Civil Rights Movement and what led to the Civil Rights Movement. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And the Emancipation Proclamation basically was supposed to free all African Americans that were being retained by slavery.
No hands.
African Americans were still being hindered in society because of the Jim Crow laws. The Jim Crow laws were basically laws that were put into place by society that was basically legal segregation. African Americans created the Civil Rights Movement in order to prevent the segregation that was going on in society. They wanted to have laws and civil rights that were actually meaningful. They wanted to have the right to vote. Although they did have the right to vote legally, the Jim Crow laws put it into place where it made it almost impossible for African Americans to vote. And they wanted to stop it, and they wanted to be treated equally under the Constitution. A famous case during the Civil Rights Movement was Brown versus Board of Education, and it was a Supreme Court case that fought to have equal school facilities, equal education between blacks and whites. After this case, there was no more segregation in schools. There was in public facilities, it was illegal for it to be segregated, and it had to be enforced by the law. Plessy versus Ferguson was a case that basically started the whole separate but equal thing, where it was separate, like school facilities and separate public facilities, but they were supposed to be equal, which they really weren't, which led to the Brown versus Board of Education, which put a complete stop to all separate but equal facilities. In 1957, the Civil Rights Act was passed. It made the Department of Justice responsible for enforcing the civil rights laws and made sure that they were treating African Americans equal in society. The outcome of the Civil Rights Movement was the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discrimination based on race, color, sex, and national origin. It ended unequal voting and school segregation by race and in public facilities. The goal that African Americans wanted was to be treated equally and to have equal education and to have equal political and economical opportunities in the United States and to be treated as normal citizens. So by the end of my speech, I hope that you have all learned about the goals and the purpose and the outcome of the Civil Rights Movement.